Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and here we have a new model by Aurora. This is the Rain Blades collaboration with Aurora Wild Hunt. And like a lot of their knives, this one comes in exotic materials. So you can get other versions as well. You know, they kind of start here and move their way up. This one has a beautiful harpoon, dual ground, deep satin, or two-tone I should say, tanto. Somewhat of like a harpoon clip point tanto. Love that, like that satin going this direction and then the vertical satin together. Looks beautiful. And if you look at the thumb studs, you can see zirconium inlays inside of the thumb studs. Then we have, oh yeah, and the blade is M390 steel. This is a hollow grind here. Then we have a zirconium inlay right here on both sides and a zirconium backspacer. And if you look, it has like this rain or this oil look. Like when you see like oil on the ground in the rain. Looks really cool. Almost like a chameleon almost, like where like it, you know, shines different colors depending on where you're looking. Now, what's really cool, or another cool little feature, is this window. So if you look through this hole right here, you can see the blade actually closing. Let me zoom you guys in. You can see inside the handle. Now there's one little part of the titanium in the way of the window, but you can see the windows in there. And it does, you know, offer just, you know, something cool, which you don't typically see. Like, of course, there's holes and different things in blades, but it's kind of cool seeing it going around the pivot like that. Just a nice little touch. And then it does come with a pivot tool for the proprietary pivot. If I can lock it in without scratching, I'm trying to be gentle. There we go. So, and then it's got knurling on it, so you can turn it really hard. And if you really had to, like if it was like really stuck in there, you can put something in there and turn it that way. It is a titanium liner lock, and it does have a steel lock bar insert in there. The lock bar goes way up here, as you can see. So kind of cool. And it is thumb stud action, like I said. Thumb stud action, really, really well done. They have a great detent on this. It's a nice clicky detent. But yet at the same time, it has this really tight feeling, which I like. It makes it feel more high-end. Sometimes, and I'm not saying this is the case for all, because I felt both, where super premium knives feel very loose, but they are rock solid. And then others that feel very loose and are solid, but they're not high quality. Like, they're loose because of tolerances, even though they are still solid. This has that luxurious smoothness to it, almost like it's on washers, but I know it's on bearings. It's got to be on bearings because it's, you know, too smooth to not be. But it has that very, very super smooth, like where you can't feel any resistance, like it's like just wet glass going around. Very smooth on the drop too. Access to the liner could be better, but it's not bad. Like, it's not uncomfortable or anything. And it is easy to get past the detent, you can see, because there's no flipper tab. So it is thumb stud only. You cannot get to that fuller. You can reverse flick it though, so thumb or reverse flick. Then, you know, like I said, you got this see-through backspacer that's really nice. The ergonomics. It's not a big knife. It's not a big knife, but it's comfortable. It's comfortable for what it is. Pinch grips are okay, but the studs are a little bit close, but you know, you can go around them, right? So it's not like a user type of knife. And I don't mean it can't be, I just mean this is more of a gentleman's piece. Something for, you know, somebody wanting to carry something special, something nice, something attractive. But yeah, you can see, man, I love the look of this zirconium and the pivot being polished the way it is. The polished pivot. I kind of wish that they polished the insides of these. I know this is for tritium, which would be really cool if there was tritium, if I got some tritium and put it in there. You couldn't really put tritium in there because there's no place for it to sit. But the clip, it's okay. Could have a little bit more space underneath. It's a little tight. The ramp looks like it'd be fine, but yeah, it needs more space under there. I have thick jeans on right now, meaning my pockets are double thick. But let me check my back pocket, which is just a regular pocket. So it'll go all the way in if you have just regular Levi's. But if you have thick pockets on your jeans, then it's going to be tight, very tight. But all in all, very cool. I do have a couple negatives though, of course. Let's go over the negatives. One is the T6s, you know, this being a premium knife like this, man, those are so small. Just do T8s, and there's only these two. So if these strip out, what are you going to do, right? So they'd have to send you extra hardware, or you'd have to drill it out actually, because unlike a knife with screws on both sides, if this one backs out on you, you at least have this one hanging on. This one's hanging on to both scales and the back spacer. So, and it's a T6, which are very likely to strip out, especially if the Loctite is strong on here. So it just is what it is. I'm posting a video, if it hasn't went up yet, on tips on how to deal with some of the problems with maintaining and taking apart a knife. A lot of issues that you're likely to run into and what to do about them. So watch that video if you want some tips. But yeah, T6s, I wish they were T8s. Now with the knife design that I did with the single-sided hardware, I did T10s for that reason. Anyways, clip, like I said, needs more space underneath. The ramp could be a little bit higher, so you can get thicker jeans under there. Like I said, it'll work for Levi's, or at least regular Levi's. The next thing is the plunge grind. Obviously, you guys already knew that was coming. The plunge grind ends right at the edge. This is, you know, about as bad as it gets for the most part. Yes, you can sharpen from here forward, but what's going to start happening is because this is a little thicker right here in this portion, they do feel like they did get it pretty even all the way back to here, at least back to the plunge. But what will happen is it might start recurving, so you're going to have to add a choil in there or a sharpening notch. You're going to want to get like a silicon carbide bit and cut it in yourself. If you sharpen your knives quite a bit, like it's going to handle 1 or 2 sharpenings probably without giving you any issues. You're going to probably make a smile, but I mean, you're not going to have recurved issues or anything, but over time that can happen. That's why they need to worry about the plunge grinds. Now, this isn't a user, like I said. This is more of a gentleman's piece. I think a lot of guys, it'd probably be a long time before they sharpen it, especially being M390, and it did come with a nice, good edge. So if you like the look of it, it's not a deal breaker at all. It's just something to consider in the future if you're going to use it. You know, if it's going to be a user, I should say, because knives that that are kind of gentleman's pieces, you can carry it and use it lightly for years before you sharpen it, you know, as long as you're maintaining it and stropping it. All in all, I think it's very attractive. I think Aurora Knives makes very attractive knives. I'm excited always to see what they have coming next. I have a few knives from them now, so maybe we'll do a video on all of Aurora's knives, get a little taste of each one of their flavors. But yeah, another banger from Aurora. Couple little negatives, but not too bad. All in all, man, it feels really good. It feels super premium. So that's definitely a plus. And I like this little window deal, man. You can even see the lock bar right there. Look at that. Pretty cool. Anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.